Good day to you, my fellow endoskeletons. I'm Kenetor and welcome back for another Starbase progress report. We're on week 43 of 2020, and if you're new here, I bring you the latest news and updates of everything Starbase every Monday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out. Now let's get to it. Kicking off Spooky Week, we have a small update in the closed alpha with a small Halloween ship shop containing 3 spooky ships to have fun with. We have the Skull from Okim, the Bat also from Okim, and Mr. Umpkin from Xenocal. Along with this, we also have orange and black paint colours for a limited time within the Starship creator. Jumping on the Lowry quote train, our first one reveals more info on larger and smaller crates. Work is ongoing and, as you will soon see, has made some good progress. The core idea is an 8 times larger crate will store 8 times the amount. Lowry also touches on different crate types here too, with universal crates said to hold less than specialised crates, but have the benefit of storing all things. He also hints at even further specialised crates. My guess here would be possible radiation shielded crates for storing radioactive ores, being one example. The main reason for larger crates is of course optimization. Crates take up a huge number of bolts and require good support to make sure they don't break off your ship when loaded up. Having bigger crates should mean more parts for other things or less parts overall, and less parts needs less data to be sent to other players, and that's good for everyone. These larger crates have another upside to them being able to hold larger items as well. This will probably help more towards transporting station pieces. And large ore crates will of course hold multiple types of ore too. So how big will these crates go? Well, Larry shared some images of that to us too. On the right is the current size crate we have, that's 144 centimeters in size. The smaller one is 72 centimeters, and the larger ones are 288 centimeters, 432 centimeters, and 578 centimeters in size. That gets pretty big. And to tell the difference between them, they will all have different decal logos on them. These crates are not the only thing getting supersized. Lara explains we will see larger modular thrusters, batteries, generator and propellant tanks will all be seeing new size options sooner or later. Next up, we have more information on new waves and getting access to Starbase closed alpha. Lara explains that they have plenty of people already signed up, around 20,000 in fact, so big waves won't be a problem, and mentions that people should have at least 5 megabit down and 2 megabit up for their internet connection. But from my experience, what matters more is your ping to other players in combination with good speeds. Although big waves of fresh invites are coming, it's still unclear when, but it's getting closer with the content requirements they have set out being nearly finished. We can expect to see around 500 to 1,000 new invites per daily wave. You heard that right, daily. The only stopper for this is that the waves are added until something breaks, as is the entire point of the alpha, to find and fix anything that breaks so early access can go more smoothly. So why are we not seeing new invites yet? As Lowry explains, it's content dependent. They need a more solid starter experience so players stick around for the wider game, and that wider game needs more gameplay loops to keep people active and interested. All the starter jobs are now done, but tutorials are about 2/3 done. Very shortly we will also get stations, factories, gravity, a moon city and warp gates. While we don't need all of these at the same time, some are dependent on others, like having factories to build station parts for example. Fast travel gates alone won't work either, and would need at least gravity and preferably a city to actually visit. It would be nice to get to the moon via fast travel and then later on enable gravity, trapping or destroying all the ships that went there. While there are a few testers that have put in over 1,000 hours, the majority it would seem haven't reached 100, and it's these tutorials and gameplay loops that will keep players around longer. Gravity, for example, is entering QA testing this week, and if they don't break gravity, it'll be good for alpha testing. Larry leaves us with a worrying disclaimer about flying out of a gravity well, and that it will be up to us to discover how to do that. Now onto the progress report. The main design features worked on last week were: right-click context menu has been tested, transferring large amounts of ore between ore crates in ship and station storages is now possible. Safe zone ore distribution has been redesigned and configured, 18 areas that each use their own material sets. Design of symmetrical angle beams has been finished for 15, 30 and 45 degrees. Matching plates will follow later. This update I think is long overdue. Why we didn't have 45-degree beams from the start has long puzzled me, as did 30-degree beams with different length ends. I'd love to hear from the designer who specifically chose this to know why. Resource Bridge maximum tether length has been increased to 100 meters and 50 meters in jobs. This is great news for miners, as you had to get dangerously close to the previously available Class 11 asteroids to mine them all the way through. Design for bulk tool improvements has started, and economy and inflation-deflation related design plans have been worked on. Station design brings us more new ships for the ship shops this week. The Dragonfly, Chemosh Ark, Chemosh Badger and Vigo have been added to Rando 3. The Heptaphily and the Synth Gut have been added to the Duratech shop. Occam Industries spaceship shops layouts have been updated, with Widukind, Eurypterid, Spiker and Shale have been added or relocated, and Halloween themed spaceship shop has been added and contains the following ships: Skull, Mr. Umpkin and Bat. Now onto the gameplay updates. First functional iteration of the fast travel gate has been implemented. There is a low res video of this on the forum post, but there isn't actually a gate, it's just a round Proya sized station. So while the tech works, there's still no new gate. Multiplayer stability improvements related to interlinked objects have been made. To me this must be concerning turrets. Hopefully we can have sub-hosted components soon, which will be a great step forwards. Item purchases and sales now list localized names in CV bank statement page. The game should now remember the last zoom mode and use tab in Universal Tool after quitting the game. Being able to vacuum mining job nuggets to players' ships has been fixed, and a fix was made for not being able to pick up material cubes to ore crates. UI updates this week are tutorial transitions between jobs has been improved with bigger hints and triggers. Ship ownership UI design has been worked on, and auction house UI has been worked on, with single listing UI has been added to the sell tab, and context menu has been added to auction house and storage. Starship Crater updates this week are placement and transformation preview no longer check for overlaps due to performance issues. Overlap checking can be re-enabled from the settings. YOLO script editor will now save changes when text field becomes unfocused, and cables, sockets, bolts, weld bolts and auto bolter attachment plates will now automatically attach themselves to the nearest station module in the interior designer. This week's animation changes are work on first person animation polish and sprint animations continues, and rummage animations have been polished. Weapon art returns this week, with a new explosion effect has been created for the upcoming remote explosive tool. The exploding ammo effects have been updated to be a lot more explosive, and reticle crosshair effects have been added to all weapons. This one is also long overdue and happy to finally have them. And lastly, other updates this week are preliminary tests for rich mineral rocks on asteroid surfaces are underway, and assets for the different new modular cargo crate sizes have been added. No feature video this week, but don't forget, if you do get into closed alpha, be sure to send any funny or awesome clips and recordings my way for a chance to be featured on the channel. Feel free to contact me via Discord or come jump on my Discord server, which is also home to my faction, the K-Bots, should you be looking for one to join. As always, please smash that like button, share the video with your friends and faction, leave a comment with any questions you want answers to, and I'll see you in the next one. Kenetor, out.